Hi everyone, Katya Martinova, your empowerment coach and energy healer here with another Akashic Records reading from a beautiful place that we discovered completely accidentally. It's called Fossil Falls, and it's a place where you can see a lot of lava rocks around me. And the story of this place is that there used to be a river that mixed with lava, and that's what created the fossil falls that we just went to see. So I thought it would be a really cool place to go into the Akashic Records and ask a question. And the question that I was thinking about asking, because I was thinking, lava, I associate it with complete destruction when it comes. So I was going to ask about what are some self-destructive behaviors that we tend to fall into that we should try to work on and eradicate. So this is what today's video will be about. As always, I will say a quick prayer and then we will begin. Can you please show me what self-destructive behaviors we tend to fall into as a collective that we can start working on and eradicating? What things should we focus on? Right away, I'm seeing a whirlwind of energy going around me. Lots of intense energy coming through. And I'm hearing the word renewal. So, what I'm sensing is that right now, as a collective, we are in a huge time of renewal. Not even like renewal as in renew what you already have, but it's almost like starting completely from scratch. So dropping old systems, dropping old patterns, dropping old ways of seeing the world, experiencing the world. And so it's very important to stay grounded, to have this like footing, so when this new stuff comes, you're going to be able to manage it. You're going to be able to kind of get on top of it, but also not feel afraid of it when it's coming. Can you show me what self-destructive patterns we should leave behind and what things we should focus on moving forward in this new, completely from scratch direction? Yeah, again, I'm sensing that a lot of the self-destructive, that's interesting. That's what I love about Akashic Records, is because you need to be able to drop all the expectations of what kinds of answers you will receive, because I was kind of guessing where it might go. But what I'm seeing is like, don't focus on the self-destructing behaviors, because this will be taken care of for you. Right now, for that process to happen successfully, what we are being called to focus on is just founding that footing, founding that grounding force within ourselves to be able to sustain this new way of life when it comes, like the new universe that we will be kind of molded into. So just like really focusing on that. What is your guidance on how to find that ability to ground ourselves, feel prepared, and feel excited about the new changes? Kind of imagining yourself like a pole that's very solidly footed into the ground, and almost like envisioning yourself unmovable, in a sense that when something new comes into your life, instead of kind of hitting right against you, which is what we a lot of times expect. Like when there's something new, we get nervous because we always almost like visualize it as happening like this. So this is you or me, and this is whatever is coming. And it's almost like this head to head motion. But what we're being called to visualize instead happening is, so let's say you are a pole, you're standing, you're grounded, and everything that's happening, it's happening around you. So you're becoming part of that environment, but it doesn't touch you, it doesn't knock you off your feet because you're able to just like watch it happen around you. Almost like if you were I don't know if you see like a cartoon where some magician comes and waves their wand and you're just like observing how things are changing around you. So kind of like that. So you're feeling the energy, you're feeling the new beginnings happening, and you are becoming part of that environment without being knocked off your feet. It's just happening gently around you because you have that solid knowing that you are a unique piece to that particular puzzle, to that particular environment. So you're not going to be washed away, but instead integrated into that new environment if you know that, if you trust that, if you expect that. And that in itself, that knowing, that trust is already so grounding because instead of fearing something, you live in the knowing that I'm gonna be just fine. That in itself is a huge transformative thought that will change a lot about how you view your life and the how your body responds, how your thinking processes change just when you switch over from anticipating something new with anxiety or stress to anticipating it with knowing that it's happening for me, not to me, and I know that everything will play out in the best of ways, and just being excited about whatever is coming. What else do you recommend we focus on when these changes occur slowly but surely, or sometimes fast but surely? What can help us get on top of the wave? Treating it as a fun process, treating it as a game, as an adventure. So right now I'm seeing an individual just riding that wave, standing on their surfboard, and there is a wave coming. And that person is not afraid. It's almost like they are communicating with the wave as if it's a living being, and they're constantly in communication. They're constantly in like the state of, hey, we're playing together, we are interacting, and there's like this synergy that's happening, and it's such a beautiful image. So this is what you need to tap into, that sort of energy of playfulness, energy of communicating and collaborating, whatever that looks for you, and just go and have fun. So the big messages of this reading is to just trust. And I know it's easier said than done, but the more you do it, the more it becomes part of your new reality. And it is important to always remember that you're not doing it on your own. You're always being divinely guided, protected, nudged along. So just remembering that you're not alone. You're not doing it just on your own. You can always imagine, I don't know, a wave, kind of moving alongside you, or whatever that looks like for you. A tree, your favorite tree that you really connect with, or just a favorite person that you feel really supported by. Whatever it might be, always just nourish that feeling of trust Because if you think back on a lot of situations that were so stressful for you, right now, they seem like they worked out better than you expected because it was the fear and anxiety speaking in us, which they are also there for a reason. They are there to prepare our body, our mind to respond in good ways that we will be protected and we will be fine and healthy in the end. So just reorganizing these things in your mind and understanding that everything is happening for our highest good, but also not like being super religious about those things, but rather focusing on the energy of fun and playfulness. This is what I'm hearing for today. And I love, it's so beautiful that the Akashic Records took me away from talking about the negative thing, the destructive, self destructive habits. I love that the focus is on something positive and lighthearted because there's been enough negativity and self criticism and all that stuff. So I'm just so happy that it transpired the way it did. So I'm going to close the Akashic Records now. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for what's to come, and I hope you are as well. Thank you so much for being here with me. As always, if you would like to go deeper and explore your own Akashic Records, you can find the link to book a session or several in my video description, and I will see you next time.